I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the training. If you did the hemodialysis, you were doing it in center in a hospital, but now you're doing your dialysis at home. When you make the decision to do peritoneal dialysis, what kind of training, what kind of support did you get?
For 2 weeks, I had to go to the hospital to get trained for the machine, how the machine is operated. They delivered the machine at home, and I hooked it up, and the machine talks.
Select a program, then touch next.
So everything comes on the screen. It says, if you hook it up wrong, it will correct you. So you look at it, you read the instruction on the machine, and you fix it. And I had no problem at all. I didn't have to call once, and I kept rolling, and only time I called was last night. That's it.
Mine was a little bit different, actually. I had an older machine. So my machine, I actually had a training manual that was given to me, and I went to the hospital and I would have my training at the hospital. I believe it was, I want to say maybe it was about 2 weeks as well, but it was more like every other day I was at the hospital, and I would be set up one-on-one with my PD nurse, and she would teach me on the machine, show me, make sure that I'm able to do everything before I was sent home with the machine. So same thing, proper sanitization, hand sanitization, connecting your tubes together.
All these lines look a little confusing. It looks a little bit like an octopus.
They teach you everything and make sure you're comfortable, and the nurses watch you at the hospital before they send you home, just to make sure that you are capable and you are comfortable doing it. So yeah, my machine did not talk to me. I unfortunately did not have a talking machine.
Put on mask, then disinfect hands.
So when I would have errors, my machine would beep at me, and I would have to do more problem solving and try to figure out what is going on with my machine. It wouldn't tell me, you check patient line or check this tube. It would not tell me. I would have to physically look at all the lines hooked up everywhere and be like, what's going on? So yes, Mom has a newer machine, which I'm happy because I think it's more user friendly and anyone can use it, because it literally tells you step by step what to do, where I had a manual book, old school binder, flip the page, stage 1, okay? Step 2, flip the page. That's how mine was.
How many years ago were you doing PD, Ranita?
2016 to 2017.
Right.
Yeah.
So just a few years later, we just see the changes in the technology, and it becomes more and more user friendly. As you bring the equipment into your home, what sort of adjustments do you need to make in your home, like, space wise? What are we looking at here?
So I have got a lot of room there. So all the boxes, they come, bring it and put it there. And there's a shelf where I put all the supplies. So everything is just set up there. I put it there. Only thing in my master bedroom is a drawer with the wheels on. All the supplies in there, which I use daily, and a cart where I put 3 days solution supply. So
it sounds like you need a bit of space, but it's certainly manageable. And you mentioned supplies and boxes. So what are we talking here? Like, how often do you get your supplies, and how many boxes are you getting at once?
Last shipment was 43 pieces, and that comes once a month.
So you need a place to store all those boxes too. So you have to factor that in. When you're doing PD and you're doing it at home, were you ever concerned about not being in a hospital environment or not being around other healthcare professionals when you started doing the PD, or was it really just an easy adjustment because of the training and support?
So I would say for anyone, it's actually very, very user friendly. And also I would say there's not much concern, because the nurses, before they let you go home, they make sure that you're comfortable. When I was doing dialysis back in 2016, if you were not comfortable, the nurses would come, like they would send a nurse to your house to make sure to see that you're doing everything properly, which I never had to do that. But also, like I was saying, alarms would go off and stuff, which is alarming and you're scared, like in the middle of the night, your alarm's going off and you got to figure it out. But they always have a number, a 24-hour line that you can always call as well. But yes, you do have to adjust a little bit sometimes, because not everyone's house is set up perfectly where you have a bedroom and a washroom right beside each other. I would say yes, you do have to adjust a little bit.
You had to get a bit creative there, Ranita. But it also sounds like there's a lot of support and you don't feel like you're alone on this journey and got a team around you. When we come back, we'll hear about a new digital platform that's really helping to connect kidney patients with their healthcare team.